All right. Here we are. Oh, I forgot I had my stream up. There we go. Welcome, friends. Oh, it's time for another episode of Saturday Game. There we go. All right. Here I am. It is I, Phoenix Metal. I'm in this entire hole. And we're back. I had my bowl of cereal while waiting for the sitting with the stream start screen up, and now we get started. All right, so first order of business. Today's episode is Refactor Factory. So recently, I was working on fixing a glitch and like future proofing something with the party member system. So before I got this working, this card right here, I'll drag that over here so we can see it better. So I was working on this card. There was a glitch where if I swap the party member names, Mia would become the leader of the party in battle, but wouldn't be the leader of the party in the overworld. So I was like, okay, that's because this system is like super specific to Drake being the party leader, to the point that where like almost all of the calls for who owns the party or whatever is like specifically him. So I was like, okay, I need to like make it non-specific and set it up so that if I change the names around, no matter what I change the names around to, it all works perfectly. So I took a stab at that, and I had so many glitches pop up from just trying to do that one thing. And so now I've kind of gotten into this mood to where I'm like, okay, I'm a much better programmer than I was a couple years ago. And there's still stuff in here from like 2-3 years ago that I can definitely redo and do better. Or there's developer tools that I can replace something else with for ease of use. So first of all, I fixed one of these glitches last night. So running after entering the room makes you leave. Yeah, she had like a weird collision mask set up, so I just put that over there. So recently I've been working on this this big design document of like a bunch of game systems that are going to be necessary in the game or already in the game, and how I can like improve them and everything. So hold on, I'm gonna move over here so you guys can see the directory. there's already stuff here. I'm gonna move up here. Here I am. Okay. So I have a bunch of stuff listed. So I have like general game systems. So I have things like my party system, the pause menu, item inventories, cutscenes, dialogue, room transition, stuff like that. And then for battle, I have like the ATB system, the queue system, my state machine, item usage, all that kind of stuff. And anything that I make a section for down here, I make a link for up here, so that when I open the document from the very top, I can be like, okay, I need to work on my fire and state machine. Boom, boom. I'm at my fire and state machine. I have all the information that I saved for it. So the state machine is actually what we're going to work on today, because there is a program, it's called a library. A library that I can install that gives me a bunch of different commands that lets me run a much more efficient state machine than the one I have now. And to explain what a state machine is basically like a collection of, here, I'm gonna bring up MS Paint so I can show you. And then I'm going to, that did not. There we go. Okay. What did I do? That's not what I meant to do. Can I please just move my face cam? Thank you. Alright, I'm back down here. Okay. So, basically, dang it. Oh, excuse me. So basically, a state machine is as simple as you have states. And let's say you want to have a state where you're standing still and you run an idle animation, so you'll have an idle state. And let's say you're making a platformer, so now you need to be able to move. So you need to make it to where from your idle state, when you press your arrow keys, for example, you go into a move state. Okay, so now that you have a move state, you need to have a way for it to go back to the idle state when you stop pressing keys. Let's say you want to jump. Now you need to have a jump state, and jump state needs to be able to go from move or idle. And basically it's just a string of, it's like a tree of behaviors, and you use that to be able to run through a string of actions with relative ease, and you get to keep your code pretty clean. So the way I have it done now is I have a bunch of, I'll move this over here. I have a bunch of state scripts, which are, I'm gonna move my camera again. Okay, so I have a bunch of state scripts, which are over here on the, my brain is dying. What side is this? Left side of the screen. So I go to scripts, I go to battle, I go to battle unit scripts. I go to battle unit state scripts. I have all of these scripts right here. Oh, wrong button. All of these are state scripts. So I am going to install Snow State, and what Snow State will do is make it to where I can make all of these states and have a lot more control over how they operate. Because there's plenty of inefficient things inside of these states. Like, for example, I'll have a block. These states run every single frame of the game. And I might have a little block of code that I only need to run for one instance. Like, do this once and never do it again while you're in this state. That's built into Snow State, but I had to, like, retrofit it into this system because this is an old system that I learned from a tutorial 3 years ago. And I've just been using it because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But now it's getting like really annoying and it's super dumb to debug because I'm using scripts and functions for something. And when you do that, every time you open it in the debugger, your state is going to be a number. And you have to memorize what numbers or what states rather than just having the state name show up. So it just makes more sense to use Snow State so that I can already have the name available and visible. So that's where we're gonna start. I read some of the Snow State documentation, so I kind of understand how it works much better. So I am going to go into the releases section and I'm going to install this mug. Okay. Oh, excuse me. All right, latest release. Okay, so we are going to drag the YYMPS, and I'm going to download this. Download complete. Show in folder. All right, that is indeed Snow State. All right, so then I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna open Snow State again. I'm gonna open not Snow State, my folder, and I'm gonna drag and drop it. Downloads Snow State YYMPS. Import asset package, yes. Okay, so what do we need here? Snow State config. All right, we're gonna add all. Okay. Import. All right, so now we should have Snow State available. Where is it? Oh, it's in its own folder. Yeah. Okay. It's not in the scripts folder. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to do during my little refactor craze is I need to organize my my asset browser over here, because it's really hard to find some things sometimes, man. And I'm tired of that. I really am. So let's take a look at some of this source code just because I'm curious. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. Let's see. State history, owner, context, and instances. Parameters. This is a bunch of, these are just a bunch of the functions. Add transition, access method, assert, broadcast, change. Args. is this for? Variable E only used once. Okay, I don't know what that issue would mean. Variable add only referenced once. Change only. Okay, that's probably because I haven't used snow state yet. So that is perfectly fine. All right, cool. And then a couple macros. All right, so that's like super unevasive. There's like nothing to that. I like it. Okay, so I am going to. I think they had a test project that I can download from the itch page. Just go to itch.io. Snow state. Yeah, there's a demo. What? There we go. I just need the demo. Confirmation will be sent here. Bro. They asked me to do so much. There we go. Download demo. That's what I need. Okay, file. Open project. Downloads. Snow state demo. Project load failed. Unable to load. Why? What? How are you unable to load the project? Where's the download page I was literally just at? What happened? I forget how to go to history on here. There it is. Rhythm, mini games, pull requests. No, that's recently closed. Snow state, results for snow state. Download snow state. No, that's the same page. Like I literally just. Is this it? Oh, it's the same. Okay, whatever. And demo not working. I ain't worried about it. We can figure it out for the most part. I just need to go to the documentation if it's gonna be like that. Configuration. That's the little config file. I don't need to worry about that for now. Okay, so I need to go here. And I need to create find a state machine. So I am going to I'm gonna create a new folder. Create group. Here we go. I'm gonna call this states. That way I have all my states in one place. So I'm gonna make another group. It's gonna be battle states. I'm gonna make one for excuse me. Group. And this one is going to be party states. Okay. So right now all my states are handled inside of battle unit state scripts, and I don't need the action state scripts. I don't know why control play is in here. I need to move that to just battle, battle unit scripts. I just put it right there. Okay, so let's make a list of all the states that we have for the sake of convenience. So I'm gonna go to the game systems. I'm gonna go down here. States currently in place. Okay, so we have, make this a subtitle 2. No. You need to be a heading 3. States currently in place, and then make a bulleted list. What's up, Hobby Lobby? You know what it is? We out here. Game devin to the best of our abilities. Alright, so right now I have a battle. Let's just call it idle state. Idle state. We have an action state. We have an approach state. We have an attack state. We have a begin state for starting the battle. We have a death state for when you get KO'd. We have a defend state for when you block. We have a hit state for when you get hurt. I already typed idle. A ready state for when you're ready and it's not your turn. A return state for when you go back into your start position. Revival. Self-explanatory. A selecting enemy state. Selecting player state. I'm probably gonna change to selecting ally state, just for the sake of clarity on the name. And then we have a use item state. A victory state. And a wait state. Okay. So Pretty good amount of battle states there. Excuse me, I have to stretch. Caught me off guard. Okay. Gotta come out the do-rag, gotta get serious. All right. Let's cook. Wanna cook? Oh, another thing I forgot. I need to get some water. I'll be right back. I return from the world whence I came. Actually, yeah, here's probably fine. I'll move the chat box into the middle of the screen. It's true, Nacron. I am. The truth is out. I am live on twitch.television. Okay. So now we need to use Snow State, which is the part that is going to confuse me. Open. Okay. Open GitHub. Starting Snow State usage. I thought that alarm was in my freaking house. Do I want to make a new branch, or do I want to just do this in main? Excuse me. I think I'm just gonna do this in main. If I break the original system, then that just means the original system was fragile and I'll just have to fix it. Okay, so now I have my states folders. So I'm going to make a script. Create script. And I'm going to call this script excuse me. I'm going to call this script oh wow, I really don't use SCR that much, do I? Alright, well I'm gonna rename the script and I'm gonna name it Battle States. Alright, so we have a Battle State script. So we are going to check Snow State documentation. Organizing states, anonymous state script. Let me see, what's in organizing states? We can change the state of a Snow State instance directly by using the change method. Things to keep in mind. Calling FSM changes the state immediately, but it still runs the rest of the event. To prevent the event from running any following code, you can end the event immediately when changing the state. Oh, okay, I see what it's saying. Or simply add a some event function if some condition return change status. Change B. Okay. Okay. How does it? What do we do? How do the events work? There are two built-in events. Enter executes upon entering a state can be thought of as a create event for a state, and executes upon leaving the state can be caused as destroy. After defining the initial state using add, okay. Alright, so first thing we need to do is make a new state machine. So I'm gonna just make a comment up here. Battle states. State machine made to hold all of the states used with battle units. And I don't think I need this function. I think I can just start by making a FSM new state. Gara was popping, big dog. Oh! Okay. Today I'm refactoring some stuff. I tried to make something future proof earlier. Well, not earlier today, but like earlier this week. It broke so many things. I just got pissed off and said I need to make everything more future proof. And that's what's up. We chill on Saturday. Nice Saturday chilling. You can choose to not execute that automatically using the option. And of course, the enter event can be invoked manually upon changing the state using change. Don't say change yeet. Yeah, a nice little code housekeeping. Let's execute the leave event of the current state. Changes the state to yeet and executes the enter event for the yeet state. This overrides the default leave event of the current state and executes a different function, setting a variable to dead to be true. Okay. Create no state. Okay. So this shouldn't be too bad. This all makes sense. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna name this state machine battle. And then I'm gonna equals let's do create and then battle equals new snow state idle. Okay, so let's do new snow state. Is it capital? Yes. Let's do idle. Okay, so that should create a new, a new snow state. And then we just add in, just add in states, I guess. Let me see, do they have the source code here? They do. There we go. Here we go. Now this is where I get the demo. That's what I wanted to look at. Okay, snow states, sprites, scripts, macros, utility. What is this? Objects, demo objects. What's this? Oh, he makes the state machine inside of the object. Interesting. Let's play it. See what it does. Is it broken? Malform assignment. Bro. You serious? Not the demo being broken. Is a read-only function. Okay. Oh, nigga. They lucky I'm so curious to see how this works. Replace all. Yes. Oh, whoops. Excuse me. Where's the other one? There it is. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, you jumping up? You. F2, show controls. Arrow keys, and jump. Space and Z. Ming, 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 ming. Ming, 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 ming. Bro, why does this character controller feel so good? Jesus Christ. throw the sword? Huh. Alright, pick it back up. Oh, there's a super recall button. Sick. Oh, there's a fall state. Oh, wow. And it has a little history. That's so freaking cool, man. Okay. It goes to prove how strong this system is. So now I have the source code of this. So I can go in and try and figure all this out. So I need this is the create event where he makes all of the state machine stuff. So where the first thing I need to figure out is like where I want to make this state machine. Do I want to put it in the character? I don't think I should. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. It's gonna take a second. I'll be right back. I return. I am back, friends. Alright. Back to figuring out what we're doing here. Excuse me. So what we have to figure out is we just have to figure out how to make the state machine, which is pretty simple, seems. New snow state, and boom, you're good. And then you have to, you can enable history, blah, blah, blah. Event set default function, draw. Draw this no matter what state we are in, unless it is overridden, of course. Okay. So he set it up to where he has a draw function and then you draw no matter what. Okay. This shouldn't be so bad. Enter step. Yeah. All right. We're gonna hop back into my code and we're gonna start trying to do this. In fact, I'm actually gonna copy this. Wait, where's this I see. Okay. I'm gonna copy this just for the sake of having the structure already. And then I can build off it. Okay. So I'm gonna do battle states. So I'm gonna add an idle. I'm going to go to my battle idle state. So the things we need to do in the enter function are these. So we have our enter function here. What's the error? Why is there a syntax error? What's the issue? Oh, I have to do that first, I think. Yes, correct. All right. I'm gonna tab these over, and then inside of the step event. This is where we copy all of this information here. Control C. So inside of the step function, we're going to paste this and this code. I think this. No, yeah, we don't need this curly bracket, so I need to tab this in. Okay, and I'm gonna take all of that. Actually, no, this is fine. Okay, so this is our idle state now. Inside of snow state's new. Actually, I'm gonna take this. Can I open this up here? There we go. I'm gonna put this right here. Now we can see better. Can I not zoom in? I guess not. That's weird. I could have sworn you could zoom in. make it bigger here. Okay. So now we have our idle state set up, and when we change states, we have to use the change state function. So before I do that, let me actually think about something real quick. I'm gonna open up Xmind. Well, I don't need to open up Xmind right now. First thing I need to do is I just need to establish all of my states inside of here. If the action meter, so right here we're just gonna do change state. How do you call, one thing I want to check actually, how does he call this inside of the step event? SFM trigger, SM step. Oh, he has a coyote time built in. So inside of the step event, he just runs SFM step. Is that all he has to do? User defined events. Step, in step, and draw are user defined events. So those have to be executed manually. In the actual game maker events and the objects, we call the events. Now I understand. That makes sense. Okay. So it's saying that to run the state, you have to call the user defined events. But the enter and leave functions happen no matter what. So I don't have to call those. Okay. Alright, so anyway. We're gonna go back in here. I'm going to add a begin state. That's what I need to do. Actually, we have a list. Let me see. Hold on. Where is it? Alright, so we did action. Idle. So now let's do action state. We're gonna have to do another dot add. Actually, I'm just gonna add. I'm gonna make this one action. All right, I'm gonna add a comment for this. Default idle state for battle unit. So one thing I need to check actually is, hold on. Object battle unit. When you, if object of a battle unit. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna make the default unit the begin, and then I'm gonna create the begin. So I'm gonna change this from being the default, and then I'm gonna add another add. I'm gonna do begin because the player battle units start in begin. And I'm gonna make all battle units start and begin. And then, if you're an enemy, you just move straight to the idle state. Oh boy, this is gonna be a wild refactor. There's so much stuff, man. But I'll thank myself for it later. Okay, so I'm gonna go to begin. Go into the begin state. Take all this code. Copy this. Go into the begin, put this here. Okay. And then if player and then I just copy this. And inside of my step function, get rid of this, control V, tab it in. If you are a player unit, change your sprite. If your name is Drake, you get certain animation speed. If your name is Mia, what is begin anim? What in the world is begin anim? What do I use that for? Creative anim. What? Do I even need that? Battle unit step. Battle unit create. I don't think this does anything. I'm gonna get rid of it. Just to see if it does nothing, I'm gonna get rid of it in the actual state and then run the game, see what it does. Because I'm almost certain that doesn't do a single thing Oh shit. I need to put this all in a function. I do. State equals function. Okay, that should calm this down. Variable use only once. Variable use only once. Shit. Show that debug message. Put this in here. Close this. Okay, that should leave me alone. There we go. Yeah, because it was trying to run that function. Okay, does this do anything? Not that I notice. I don't think anything changed. They just do the animation. That was a useless variable. Yep, and they still start at the same time. Not gamer, game. I'm not trying to find the gamers. Control C. Excuse me. Okay. Alright, so anim time. When you finish your animation, battle set sprite begin. Once the animation ends, go into idle state and resume play. So I'm going to actually take this. I'm gonna make an exit or leave code block. Does he have any of those in here? He does. Leave function. Okay. So I can just make sure I'm outside of this function, and then I can just do leave. When I'm done with this is gonna be so much neater, so much easier to use. I can just be like, oh yeah, change your state to this name. Yeah, do that. Tap that over. We're gonna put object collateral play right there. Equals true. And then we are going to change this to change. No, I need to do battle change. Is that what it is? I have to learn how this freaking system works. The fun part. Step. Does he use a change in here? Where the fuck is it, bro? I know he used it at least once. Hold on. Change. No, he doesn't use it in here. I guess he's just defining everything. But how does he relate them? Yeah, he does them in the create event. Like, I literally just search change. Why? Oh, it's in the other player. And what's the first player for? What? Oh, is the first, is this one just to initialize the everything? It totally is. This one is the one that you actually play as. So this one has all the changing. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. That's a weird way to do it. I don't understand how that works. What's his rooms? How does he spawn the player? He has an old game. I don't know. He got stuff going on here. I'll have to figure it out. Oh. Demo equals D. Huh. I don't know what that means, but I want to debug. I'm curious about something. I'm poking around with this demo more than anything. Let's see. I pause you. Check the instances. It's player T. So how is it accessing? Player D. Where did I even put that? In run. That's weird as hell to me, but I don't know how he did this. So it can only be weird to me. Of course I don't understand it. Interesting. Okay. Back to actually using this shit. Okay, so once your animation ends, go back to this. Yeah, you call the state, you change, and then you change it to a, okay. Excuse me. And I'm gonna change this to idle. Because once you're done with the begin state, you don't need anything else. Battle state still not used. So I'm gonna go to my battle unit create. Go to create. Now I'm gonna do battle state. And that should put it in use. That'll run this function. That'll do all the state creation. And then it will be useful all throughout the battle state. I read like a whole wiki of documentation to be able to even remotely understand what the hell is happening here. Okay, so this sets play to false at the very beginning of this state. It runs through the state script. It plays the animation. It goes It changes to idle state when the animation is over, then it sets play to true. So then we're gonna go to idle. Once we're in idle, it sets the animation to the idle animation, it sets the rhythm speed, and it sets the depth of the object. Okay. So then within its step event, it raises the action meter. And once the action meter reaches max, it's going to change state to the action state. So I need to set this to battle dot change. We're going to change that to action. And then if there is already someone who is an active unit, then you're going to go to battle dot change ready. So ready doesn't exist yet. So I'm gonna copy the information from action. Put it down here. Change that to ready. And then I'll set ready up after I set up action. So that means I'm going to close everything but this. And that way I can keep things clean while I work. Okay, so we're doing the action state. So we're going to look up action. I'll go to the battle action state. Make it a little bigger. Golly. I have this much code in here? I forgot this did this much. If object enemy battle. Oh, it's because I have a I have one set up for enemies too. Current party target pick. In queue. Okay, so what I can do actually is I'm gonna make 2 action states. I'm gonna make an action and an enemy action. An action state and an enemy action state. Then for the player action, this is all for the enemies. Object battle menu, and I'm selecting create the battle menu. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this. Go into my action state. I am going to get rid of all of this. Paste this in, tab it over. Probably a boring episode today, friends. But we're making progress. We're cleaning some stuff up. This is gonna take a while. But I'm gonna get it done. And then this will just be so much more useful. You over there staying hydrated? Hey man, you know I keep that motherfucking thing on me. You know I keep that thing on me for real, you know. You know what's up. Gotta stay hydrated, baby. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna move it to the beginning. I'm gonna move it to the enter function. Yes, sir. I keep that bottle temp regulated. Okay, so we have the point animation, and we're gonna here's the thing I can do. Okay, so I can set point equal to false here. So point equals false. And then I don't have to do this anymore. Wait, yes I do. Okay, so if point equals false, depth -1. Depth -1 needs to be up here in the enter function. Stop the first selection animation. Animation in point equals true. Okay. And then I'm going to make an exit statement. So that when you leave this, or leave statement, function then when you leave this, it's gonna set point back to false. That way, all the time you're running this, it's not gonna run this code anymore. And then once you leave it, it has the ability to run this code again if it goes back into this state. Okay. And that'll make it to where I have to do less stuff inside of this step event where I reset a bunch of variables. Oh. And that also means that and then change sprites. So point equals true. Because right now, like, hold on, I'll show you. I think I have battle units. No, I don't. So, how Game Maker works is in Game Maker you have a bunch of events, and each event does a different thing. So, for example, your create event happens when your object is made, and it only happens once. So, inside of my create event for the battle unit, I have all of these variables, the majority of which are only used to run a block of code one time. And because of that, you do like a bunch of like turning those variables on and off so that you can like, oh, okay, this variable's off, so do this code, then turn it on. And in the step event happens every single frame of the game. So if you don't do that, that block of code is going to run every single step of the game. And if you use those, you can just run a block of code and never have to worry about it again. And see, when you do that though, you have to make sure you account for the case of when you leave that state, those variables are going to be set to whatever you set them to inside of there to run that code once. And it'll never run that code again because you didn't reset the variable. So I have to have like a bunch of if statements for the edge cases of when I get out of a state, reset all the state values. But this new state machine allows me to have an enter function that works like a create event where it runs the code once, a step function that runs like a step event that runs the code every frame, and then a leave function that changes values in the code or runs a block of code when I'm leaving that state, unless I override it. So that means I don't have to do any of that resetting anymore. I can just change it in the leave function because I'm already leaving. And then when I come back, that value will be reset already. Convenient. It's very convenient. Here, I'm gonna just do stop point. I'm gonna set stop point equal to false. Yeah, exactly. Some clean optimization. That's all it really is. Set this to true. And then I'm gonna set them both back to stop point equals false. And the good thing about this too is when I debug, I think I do things with less code. Yes, it's just do things with less code. I do all of this with less code. I can add as many states to this script as I want. And then I can access those scripts anywhere else by calling this function, and then I can run through them as I wish. And because these states are named with actual names like action, idle, enemy action, I can just type change ready, change idle, change action, and it'll go straight to that state, and it has an actual English name, because the way I was doing it before, it was a number. I had to memorize what numbers were what states, and it would be like, okay, number 10,423 is action state rather than action being action state. But with this, it's just English. So much better. In theory. I'm saying in theory, but it's just factually better. I just have to implement it. And I am a better programmer than I was 3 years ago. So, because the reason the state is so dumb is I copied a really old tutorial. And even he doesn't do states like that anymore. Because the more they added more functionality in Game Maker Current than they had in Game Maker 1 point whatever it was that I was copying the tutorial from. Yeah, it's simply more efficient. It's peak. It's peak programming. It's peak programming. What more needs to be stated? Peak fiction, bro. If instance exists, object battle me and you. Now, another thing I don't need to do is, I don't think I need to establish if you're a player battle unit because I'm only going to use this state for player battle units. Yes. I go change action if you're a player battle unit. And if you're an enemy battle unit, you change to enemy action. Yeah, okay, that's how, yeah. Battle dot change. And then I'm gonna need you to change to enemy action. And in years from now, something even better may be implemented. Yeah, pretty much. Because Game Maker is a small engine with a small dev team, I think. And it takes them a lot longer to get features that other places have. Like, Unity has some crazy tools. But Unity also is bloated as hell. Crashes a lot. Takes a long time to build. It's just a different thing. They also have a lot more 3D tools. But Game Maker is a predominantly like 2D engine. You can do 3D in Game Maker, it's just going to be harder than another engine. But they've made like a lot of strides, like adding like the stuff that allows you to do state machines like this. Changed the game for a lot of people. Okay, so if your action meter is full and you're an enemy, enemy goes to, I'm gonna change this to enemy goes to their own action state. So enemy has their own action state. Player selecting false. Selecting true. Instance create depth. Okay, so I don't need to establish that this is a player battle unit because you already are a player battle unit for certain. Because you are the only person who accesses this state. Chicka-cha, chicka-cha. You guys are learning about this programming stuff about at the same speed as I am, because if action meter is full, change to action state. X3. If you're an enemy. Now I don't think I need to. Now I don't want to oversplit the states because I don't think I need to do all that. Just when there's like a large like block of code like this, that's like separate. Because like all of this might as well be its own state because this is like an entire block of code. function. Enter step function. Here it is. Hit Control V. I'm gonna tab it over. I'm gonna take this battle set sprite. Put that curly bracket back. That is going to be set inside of here. It is the same. Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna go through the queue. You're gonna target pick. You're gonna set. Oh, dude. I just realized all of this. I'm gonna have to change my queue system too. If I'm gonna go all the way to this new state. See what I mean? Okay. This is exactly my problem, right? This is exactly my problem. When I have a certain, because like systems are dependent on each other in a game context or a software context, period. When you're system programming, you have to program with the intent that everything else is going to use that system. So now I have a queue system for doing the active time battles and putting all the cards in place and stuff like that. And every single thing that uses my state machine is going to have to be refactored to use the new state machine. And it shouldn't be too hard because really it's just like changing a bunch of names and stuff. But when you realize like, oh yeah, this old thing that I wrote isn't that efficient, I'm gonna do it better. Now you have to write a bunch of other old things you wrote. That's what happened to me the other day, and that's what led me to the Refactor Factory. That's how we got here. Because I just wanted it to be simple to where it's like, okay, I have a list of party members. And if that list of party members has 2 units, we run 2 units in battle, and we're supposed to have 2 party members in the overworld. That wasn't working. So to make it future-proof, I fixed that. But it broke like so many other systems. End up having to go back through the whole damn thing. Exactly! And that's why, because Gara, I don't think you were here when I went over this. So I created a mega design document. So this is improving the game systems. This whole document is just a bunch of the systems that are currently in the game. And let me move my chat all the way over here. There's like no good place to put my chat right now because of where my camera is. I'll put my camera over here. You guys are gonna go over here. There we go. Okay. But, so, I'm trying to improve as many of the game systems as possible. And I think I'm going to just, like, spend the month doing that. It's going to be annoying. There's going to be plenty of glitches. A cam on the bottom right, chat, and chat above it. Oh, maybe. Let me see. Cam on the bottom right, chat above it. Let's see. Put this right here. Yeah, I think that works. Because this notification thing only really shows like 2 at a time, I think. I think the issue is just the background that we have right now. Yeah, this is much better. Smart move, Gara. That's you. That's you. Gara, that's you. You did that. That's you. But yeah, so basically at the beginning, I have a list of all of the systems that are in here, in the game already. So I have systems that are in general, and I have systems for when you're in battle. And I have a bunch of systems that I need to add So this is just to like basically like a big ass notes folder, so that I can like keep in what I need to improve. So like and then I have links to everything. So if I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work on my finite state machine, I click finite state machine, I click that, takes me straight to finite state machine. Boom. I can see all the stuff that I want to improve, the things that I want to do different. I can add new ideas to it. I have like a chat log of someone telling me how to handle states better. I spend a lot more time in the Game Maker Discord too. But object character, blah blah blah. So I have all that stuff there, and I can also access it from this left pane. Just for the sake of convenience. I added an extension because I was doing this at midnight. I can make this dark mode, this light mode. But anyway. Only thing I don't like about the dark mode is it changes some of my GIFs. But anyway, or like, let's say I want to do, selecting enemies. Where is that? That's on here somewhere. Enemy selecting. I want to look at how I want to do update enemy selecting. I click that, boom. Takes me straight there. I have all my stuff. Have a thing about how I want to I want enemy names to be displayed when you're selecting them or something. Because I want to make like a really good cast of enemies, or like at least a fun one, so that people are like entertained, they find them funny or cute. So I want their names to be prominent and visible when you're selecting them. And then I have like stuff on enemy battle formations, all kinds of stuff. The dialogue system. Yeah. So that's the goal. I'm gonna leave the Trello alone for a while, because the Trello, for one thing, I don't feel like setting up all of that crap in the Trello. I'm just gonna highlight it green once I'm done with almost everything that I have added. It's not that fleshed out, but it is. I've been thinking about it a lot, so I've been adding to it like all day yesterday and the night before. And like a lot of it is gonna end up being situations just like, I don't know how to do this or whatever, but I'm willing to just go ahead and fight with figuring it out now, because I have a pretty good idea of what I want my game to look like, at least in a general sense. If I can get all the systems in, I can tweak from there. Excuse me, golly. I can tweak from there. I just don't want to get further along in this game and every new system I add causes me to have to take a break to refactor. That's gonna kill my flow state. Okay, so now we're in a situation where in fact, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to put all of the states in. Shoot, I did not mean to close that. Can I like Control Z? No. I have to go open it again. Battle states. Programming's so fun. Close all but this. And that wasn't necessarily sarcastic. Only a little bit. Okay, so we have our change actions here. We have our action state. So we're going to change actions with action state depending on what we select in the battle menu. So we'll worry about that later, but I'm going to add all of the states I possibly can into here. And split states if I need to. So I have my action state. In fact, so this is in battle state function. So if I have battle, do I want to do a completely different state machine for enemies? No, that doesn't make sense because they're gonna have to access some of the general states too. So I just need to leave that alone. So I'm just gonna keep them structured like this. Okay. So we just did enemy action. So we're going to go back to action state. So enemy action, you do all this. If Q. Okay, so here's another instance of using the one-time variables. Like target pick and all that. So now I need to set this up so that Q is set to false here. Equals false. Q2 equals false. Target pick equals false, and target pick 2 equals false. And then I need to copy that exact same thing. I need to go outside of this step function. I need to do a leave statement function. Because they added functions after I started using GameMaker. So there's a lot of stuff in here that's like done in individual scripts that could have really just been done in a bunch of functions. But obviously I can't have the foresight of a feature that I didn't even know existed. Because I knew what functions were from using C++, but I've never had used them. I was in like an intermediate programming class in college. And I was basically following a tutorial verbatim. So now, there's a lot of stuff that from following that tutorial 3 years ago that actually is coming to bite me in the ass, which is why I'm like, I need to make all my own systems now. While I can stay sane. So this is Q. If Q is false, we run all of this code. Yeah, because right now I want to punch past me in the face. But past me didn't know any better. No, I can't be that mad. Target value. This one return. Okay, so false target pick. Else target value is that, and then you set target pick to true. Once target pick is set to true, it will never be set to false. Until you leave this function. So I don't need all that extra code. And Q, and this sets Q to true. So Q is false, it runs through all this code. What is the point of this part right here? I don't even think this is necessary. You set the target pick. And then you NQ. And you're only supposed to NQ once. So you set this value, target value,
changes based on if the unit is dead. And then you NQ once. Yeah, this is in the wrong place. For sure. I hit insert on accident. There we go. And add a comment. Only NQ once. Select player unit once. Okay. Change target value if target is in death state. And then tab all this over for the sake of clarity. Okay, so then I don't need all of this. So you do the queue, blah, blah, blah. And then you go straight back into idle state. So change, no. Battle dot change into the idle state. I think that's how you do it. Yep. And then, see, another thing, once I change the state machine, I can use this state machine system everywhere. I can use this shit for if a chest is closed or open. I can use this shit for if a setting is changed. All kinds of stuff. So then you have a leave function, all of that's set. And I'll go back through and set up all of this other junk. So you point false. I don't need target pick 2 anymore. I don't need Q2 anymore. I don't need. And now another thing is too, is like, until all of this is set up, I basically can't tell if this works perfectly or not. So there's probably gonna be a lot of like glitch fixing and stuff later. And it's almost 12, that's crazy. Wasn't expecting that. Because this is all just to save future me from wanting to freaking punch my computer screen. So I'm gonna save my project. So I think that does it for action state. So now we can move on to ready state, because that's what I already added. What did I do? I didn't mean to do that. Stop it. There we go. Just wanted to drag it up here. Jesus. I need all of this code. Control C. I'm going to leave the idle information right there. What did my brain just do? One thing, let me check one thing actually. Init battle unit. What's your shoot?
That's not where it initializes party spawn. Because there's some stuff, there's some systems in here that I'm just like, ooh, Pass Me did that. Pass Me was cooking. Then there's other things I'm just like, ooh, Pass Me needs to go to jail. Coder jail, programmer jail. Immediately. Idle speed is set here. Yeah. This is idle speed. I need idle speed to just be this. For all units. In the party. I don't have to worry about overriding it here. Or anywhere for that matter. Yeah, now I shouldn't have to do this here. Yeah, so just for the sake of testing that. What happened? What is it? Battle states? What? Leave function. Step function. Oh, shoot. You have to put commas, you goofball. When you add a function. There's probably one more error, I think. Yeah, there's more. There are more. Line 96. Okay. About here. Is that it? We good? No. Line 136. Why are you telling me these in piecemeal, bro? Why are you not taking me to the line? What's your problem? Okay. Now we should be good.
See? Learning pains, man. I forgot that, like, when you're adding all these functions, these are arguments. You have to put what are those called? Commas, little commas after everything.
Battle state not set before reading. Fuck you. What do you mean not set before reading? Yes, it is. It's literally the function set here. If you run that, all of that at the beginning of the game. Man, if you don't get... Hold on. Like, you don't have to use the shit. I just need you to know it exists. God, how do you call this damn thing? That's what I need to remember. How does he do it? Should be in the step event, right? SFM.step. Okay, so what? So you establish your... How about this? Here's what I'll do. Instead of setting this into a method, I think that's a method. I'm gonna scroll up here. I'm gonna change the whole function to just battle state. There. Now you're a function. Go ahead, define yourself. Do the thing. Is that how it works? Did I do that wrong? I did. Ha ha! You have to put function in front of it. There we go. Now it doesn't matter if it's defined. It's a function. It's gonna run. Leave me alone. Yep, there we go. Run that shit. Get up off me. Save. Play. There you go. You don't have to use any of that. But no, I need you to have it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I got the rhythm mini games working. It's still gonna need a lot of tweaking, but it works. And I also did some refactoring already. I resized the battles. So the battle screen was at like a really weird scaling, and it caused like a lot of what's called mixels. It's when pixels are like scrunched up. Because obviously pixels are supposed to be perfect squares. It'll scrunch a pixel to be a bunch of like rectangles and mash them up, and those are called mixels. And I had like a ton of those. Like you don't see them in the overworld because everything's scaled perfectly. But in battles it was a big issue. Alright, let's look at that again, because that was pretty cool. Block that. So Drake's the only one that has one right now. So that was nice. That was a little refactor I did. Because I was working on the rhythm mini games. I actually need to refactor the rhythm mini games. Because I made it like too specific. I want it to be able to be... I want that one mini game object to have like a parent or something that all of them can use. That way I can do specials easier. Because that was actually on my agenda for the month, was actually doing special attacks. So I have like, let me show you. I have diagrams for like the first two specials of the game. Let me see. I'm gonna go to. Actually, I'm just gonna open Clip Studio. I'm gonna close the game too. I'm getting more efficient. I'm growing my power. Cause I want to make this game like quicker. So I have to, this is it. Here we go. Okay, so I had like a concept for like the game's main antagonist's weapon. But now I have like little sketches, and these are gonna be like the first two skills of the game. So for one thing, Drake got like a slight redesign. He has little fire earphones now. And little fire horns. But so we have Hot Shotgun, which is really just a fucking restructured pun of Hot Shotgun. And you build up fire. Nakra, calm yourself. Calm yourself! Stop this! No! No! But I can't even type right. No, the Horty has reached her fingers. Oh shit. But so he builds up fire, and you do like rhythm presses. So maybe like the same like arrow mini game, but like 5 presses or something. And then he releases an explosion of flames. And then we have Boiling Bowl, where you have to stir the pot to like the polar sides of her stirring in a circle. It was like B, 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 B or something, and it'll twirl on rhythm. which shouldn't be too hard with the rhythm system that I have. And then you heal the party based on how well you did. So those are gonna be the 2 skills. Cause I wanted, I remember when in the initial idea for this, every character was going to have a character skill.
And then they were gonna have Draco abilities, and then they were gonna have fusion attacks, like, together. But I figured I might as well fuse the basic skills, because Mia was gonna have a cooking mechanic, and Drake was actually going to have a mechanic where he uses his weapons called the Turn Talons, and they were gonna have time manipulation, and he could rewind turns. That's what his ability was gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna do that anymore. And if I do it, I'm gonna do it when I'm gonna come back and do it when I'm a stronger programmer. Because right now I don't even know where to begin on doing something like that. Maybe I'll just come upon some really complicated system to be able to do just that. Or maybe I'll be better with data management and I can just capture all the information I need and rewind it. I don't know, but I don't want to proceed forward with it being like some sort of integral game mechanic. And I don't know how to do it. If I can't put it in a prototype, I don't want to. Or I don't want to make it a main system. And I was so excited for that that idea too, because I had like a cute name and everything. Like when you do it, it's called Bring the Beat Back. To rewind turns. I thought I was a genius. Because like almost everything in this game is music themed. Which is crazy because it's not like I even knew how to make music before I started making this project. Exactly. Run it back. Run it back. So like if you're like your character dies or something in a boss battle, you could be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Run that back and try and like select your attacks quicker, maybe. Or maybe like instead of choosing to attack one turn, excuse me, you choose to queue in healing, and then you get the heal off before the attack happens. It's kind of like how in Earthbound, if your character gets attacked, their health has to scroll down. If you can heal them before that, before they die, they won't. I think that's cool. Little systems like that are really nice. I really like this one. I like this one. I fuck with this one. This one's a vibe. I wish they put... Oh, they do. I'm dumb. Hold on. Let me grab that song. SCAOS. Is it on YouTube? Eos. Eternal Nights. Oh, whoops. Is that what it is? Yeah. Ethereal Nights. Ethereal Nights. Is this the song? Oh. It is. It transitions so well because it's the same song. If I don't beat Hades, I'm going to explode. Oh, Nat. I'm probably gonna start playing Hades soon. Either that, or I'm gonna like binge Bastion and then Transistor, since Transistor's on Switch, on my Switch. And the reason is because I'm about to beat RE4. And I wanted something else to play on Switch besides. So, okay, so here's how I'm like trying to like enjoy playing more games. I'm going to do like main console, like PlayStation or whatever. I just binge whatever I binge on there. But like when it comes to Switch, I'll have one game that I play physical, one game that I play digital. I have Hades, Transistor, Hollow Knight's physical. I have Hades and Transistor digital. And I'm playing Bayonetta 3, and right now I'm playing RE4. So I'm gonna beat RE4 because I'm like basically at the final boss, damn near. I'm gonna play Bayonetta 3 because that's a physical cartridge. And then once I beat Bayonetta 3, since that game's relatively short, I'll put in another cartridge, never take the cartridge out, play something else digital if I want to switch it up. No pun intended. Okay, back to Snow State. Alright, so we have enemy action and we have ready state. So we need to copy the information from ready, copy that. We are going to go into... And I'm going to get rid of all the code that says something about depth. Because of the fact that I'm planning on doing battle depth sorting. So that I don't have to worry about that ever again. Add tab. Get rid of both of these. And then, yeah, I'll just change the depth to 0 just because it was there before. Okay, so then we're gonna change state. Battle dot change, and you're gonna change your state to action. No, that's what it said, right? I was going on a hot streak with me beating games recently, but I'm back on my starter game to drop it out of nowhere. It's okay. I do the same thing, Nak. It's fine. Just play what you want to play. If you drop something that you started, then more than likely you just weren't in it at the moment. You'll come back to it. One day you'll play it. I started RE4. I started RE4 in 2019. Yeah. You have to beat Hi-Fi Rush even though I really love it. Exactly. So, okay. So, I do the same thing. Because Hi-Fi Rush, I am in love with that game. I fucking love every single facet of that game. It's fascinating to me. And I still haven't beat it. But one day I'm going to be like, okay, I've finished something else or I have time. What do I want to do? Hi-Fi Rush is always something I can return to. I can be like, okay, I'm going to play Hi-Fi Rush. And then once you get into a groove, maybe you end up binging it. Maybe you won't, but it's okay. It's your time. Who do you owe? Do you owe a game debt? No, you don't. You don't owe a game debt. Because ultimately, if you bought the game, the money's already spent. And if you didn't buy the game, you can play it whenever. Exactly. But you're already paying for Game Pass. The money is spent. It's okay. One day you'll have that time and you'll say, I'm gonna play this game. And if today's not that day, it's okay. That's what I've been like coming to the conclusion of recently, and it's really cathartic. Sometimes I'm just not gonna get to play something, and I'm just gonna be like, okay, I don't care. I'll play it when I'm ready. One day I'm gonna feel like, oh, I should play this. Like recently, I've had an itch to play Cuphead. Now I want to play Cuphead. Am I gonna finish Cuphead? I don't know. Am I going to play it? Probably. I was thinking about playing Hi-Fi Rush for my first stream, but that game is littered with copyright music. Facts. Don't do that. Oh, they have a they have a mode. They have a mode to not use copyright music, but you should not stream it still, because the copyright music is like integral to some of the characters. My stream delay must be crazy. It just doesn't seem right. Right. It's not right. You have to play the game yourself. Just don't stream it. There's a safe way to stream it, but it's not worth streaming. I feel. You'd be better off streaming your Hades run. Everyone is willing to watch a Hades run because every Hades run is different. It's not like you're just, I don't know. Every Hades run is different. You can play Hades. Stream Hades. Even if you beat Hades, you can always stream Hades. Running out of water. There you go. Yeah, you should do that. I think that's a good idea. Okay, what the hell am I doing? Oh, okay. So we did... Let me pull up my document again, because that's what is keeping my head on straight. Finite state machine. Okay, so we did the idle state. We put it in the action state. We didn't do approach. We haven't done any attacks. And I just had an idea for like organizing this all into one state machine, actually. Because I'm gonna do this. Where did I think I put it in here, actually. I don't know. I did begin. I did ready. Okay. Let's just go down the list now. Okay, so what do I do in attack state? I take the unit name. I take the unit name and then I go to use attack type. Why do I set the depth to -20 here? Oh, it's so that if you... Okay, I know what it's for. But I don't think I need to do that anymore. I'll leave it for now. Excuse me, Jesus. These burps are sneaking up on me, my bad. No, let's go. Okay, so we did begin, we did idle, we did action, we did enemy action, and we did ready. So now we're going to add .add. We're going to add an approach function. Now, approach is going to be a little interesting because Approach is going to be interesting because I actually need to refactor the approach state. So, like in and of itself, the approach state is way too specific. And that's like an issue. So right now, this is what we have for an approach state. And then I need to make a separate approach enemy state. So we're gonna do dot add approach. I'm gonna change that to enemy approach. Enemy approach. Whew. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like the slight feeling of like overwhelm. Okay. So then we need to add an enter function. Let me recenter my keyboard. I think that's what's messing me up. Okay, there we go. Function. Oh, I missed the C. Function. Function, and then we're gonna need a step function. We don't need a comma after the step function. I'm gonna paste this into the step function. I am going to backspace this, and then I'm going to copy all of this so that I can tab it over. Tab. Yep. So action meter equals 0. So I'm going to take this. Actually, I'm going to take all of this. Set the first enemy. Selected. And then set up a target variable. Take all of this. I'm gonna put this here. Shit, I keep hitting insert on accident. Okay, so this sets active unit to no one, global acting true. Actually, I think that if I... This is gonna take so much thought. I need to go to battle menu. See, do you see see how disjointed everything is? Nothing feels like coherent. There's so much shit just everywhere. And the state equals image into selecting. So this is the state that goes to selecting the enemy. This is the enemy's approach state. So we're gonna add
refactor. I'm gonna add enter function. And then we're gonna add a step function. Step function. We're gonna paste all of this here and tab it over. And then we're going to set the action mirroring to 0 and acting equals true. Okay, and then right here it sets the target. Destination X, Y. On the approaching, then the enemy attack state. Okay. So for approach, I want the refactor approach to be more general. How do I begin to do that? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. For now, I'm going to set up everything as is and just change a couple things. Then once I get it all working in the new system, then I'll go and tweak the states to make more sense. I gotta move in steps or I'm gonna overwhelm myself. In fact, let's take a short break. Yeah, one step at a time. One step at a time. I am going to save this. And I'm going to refill my water bottle. And then when I'm back, we're going to watch a quick YouTube video. And then we'll hop back into it for a little bit longer. So I'll be right back. Alright, water bottle refilled. really like this stream layout. That was smart, Gara. Good job, Gara. W, Gara. Gara's a W, man. For real. Alright. YouTube video. I want to watch that Ben Bonk video I just saw. Here it is.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Ben Bonk, and welcome back to the 36 Slime Keep devlog.
I want to make devlogs, man. I think that would be fun. Well, I don't know if I want to add to my workload, but it would be fun. We'll see. But yeah, this guy makes is making a roguelike called Slime Keep. Cute little game.
In this devlog, I created a samurai boss for the game. Also, if you're new here, Slime
A
Keep is
samurai.
a fast-paced roguelike where you must kill and capture slimes to stop the corruption that's infected your land. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now, before getting into creating the samurai boss, I wanted to
The images he uses in these fucking videos, man.
first work on sound roguelike where you must kill and capture slimes to stop the corruption that's infected your land. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now, before getting into creating the samurai boss, I wanted to first work on sound effects for the game, because I think the game has gone long enough without them. But before actually creating the sound effects, I wanted to make a way for me to implement them. I already had a basic audio manager in game, but I spent a few hours modifying the existing one by just adding a few extra features such as fading and crossfading clips. And now we were good on that front, so it was time to actually make sound effects. Now, I already have a small group of composers working on music with the game, but sound effects are another ballgame. I was contemplating between hiring a sound designer to work on Slime Keep or to attempt creating sound effects myself. And eventually, I decided on the latter as I figured it would speed up the process quite a bit, and I also wanted to see what it was like to create sounds myself. So with this decided, I first needed to figure out how to actually make sound effects. And eventually, I stumbled across this video by Jonas Tyroller that was really helpful on how to make sound effects from scratch using Audacity. But I also found a few helpful articles that gave resources for some free sound effect libraries that I could mix in with my workflow. So with a bit of a plan set, I started drafting out a massive list of every possible sound effect that I could think of that I would need in game. I eventually ended up with this list of possible sound effect that I could think of.
Did he say found effect? That's fucking hilarious.
So with a bit of a plan set, I started drafting out a massive list of every possible sound effect that I could think of.
He
that I
did.
would
He
need
totally
in game.
did.
I eventually ended up with this list and got to work. I hopped into Audacity, tried making some noises with my microphone that would replicate some of these sound effects needed, and I kind of got some stuff working, but it didn't sound great in my opinion. Maybe the shooting sound effect would work in other types of
Found
games,
effect might be bars.
but it just didn't sound right for the 8-bit style of Slime Keep that I was going for. And
Oh, bro, if you're trying to make something for with 8-bit sound effects, you need BFX R, I think it's called, or an NES VST. But I think he's using Audacity, so.
after trying for a while longer, I couldn't quite get what I was looking for in Audacity from making sound effects by myself, which was probably due to my lack of experience. But then I remembered about SFXR, a
There you go.
tool often used to
SFXR,
create
that's what it
sound
is.
effects for small projects and game jams. I've just really found this tool helpful in the past, so
Actually, I
decided
think the one I'm thinking of is just a separate one, but it's like named damn near
sound
the same.
effects for small projects and game jams. I've just really found this tool helpful in the past, so I decided to give it a go for Slime Keep. And shortly after, it made this shoot sound effect that I was pretty happy with. So I settled on using a mix of SFXR and free sound libraries to create the sound effects for Slime Keep. And there's really not much else for me to say. I basically just spent the next week or two grinding out making and implementing sound effects into the game. So after weeks of work, here is a brief clip of what the game sounds like now. It was a massive pain to just figure out all these sound effects that the game needed because there were so many unique ones I wouldn't have thought of initially, but I got the job done, and hey, I'm fairly happy with how it turned out. So that's the new sound effects for you, but let's move on to creating the samurai boss. Now, before I even knew that I was going to be creating a samurai boss, I created this post in my Discord server asking my community if they had any ideas for new bosses in the game, as the game really just needed at least one more to round it out. Eventually,
I should
the
make a
Shadow
Discord.
Orca came
Having
up
a
with
Discord
full-blown
community
idea
must
for
be
a
cool.
samurai boss, which sounded awesome, so I opened up Google Docs and started to draft out a full picture of the boss. I ended up with this, and after that, Equipped Hats in my Discord offered to make a more sort of slimy concept version for the boss. So I did, of course, and in the meantime started setting up the base of the boss room. But shortly after, Equipped Hats had finished up and made this awesome concept. So I decided to take this concept and threw it into Sprite. I really liked it, but wanted to make a few slight changes to get it to match the rest of the game's style a tad more. So here's what the boss used to look like, and here's what it looked like after my small edits. With this main sprite done, I got straight into animating this boss. I basically imagined him having a few different attacks, many of them utilizing a katana, which was yet to be made. The boss would ideally swing this katana around the room and lunge towards the player, so that was really my main focus for now. After a day or two or so of animating, I ended up with a few animations, which really weren't too much, thankfully, because I figured I could reuse quite a few of the animations for different attacks, which would save a lot of time. First up, we had this basic idle animation where the boss would just bob up and down. Then we had these front and back animations where the boss would move from side to side. It's a bit hard to visualize here, but I plan to use these and combine these for when the boss would swing his katana in certain cases. And finally, we had these lunge animations in 4 different cardinal directions, which I was really happy with. But I would also be really happy with you wishlisting Slime Keep on Steam. It takes 2 seconds to do so, and it really
I
helps
keep
with the
forgetting to do
algorithm,
that.
so consider clicking the link in the description.
Fine,
Thanks.
you got me.
Anyways, with those animations done, I worked on making a few of these supplemental sprites that the boss would need to carry out his attacks. First, I made this war fan, which will see its use in just a second. I also made this
One day
slimy
Draco Jam
shuriken,
will have
which I
a
had
Steam
planned for the
page.
boss to throw in between attacks after reaching a certain phase of the fight. Then we had this knife, which I planned for the samurai
Bro, I can't even find Slime Key. What is the name of this thing?
to Slime Keep on Steam.
Oh, it's all one word. Oh, I already wishlisted it. Well, never mind.
It takes 2 seconds to do so, and it really helps with this section's done. I worked on making a few of these supplemental sprites that the boss would need to carry out his attacks. First, I made this war fan, which will see its use in just a second. I also made this slimy shuriken, which I had plans for the boss to throw in between attacks after reaching a certain phase of the fight. Then we had this knife, which I planned for the samurai to throw, and finally, the essential katana for the boss to carry. Now, about that war fan, my original plan was for the boss to raise it and spawn a bunch of smaller samurai called Yurikis to go and attack the player. But then the Shadow Orca instead came up with this idea where these samurai would spawn geishas, or performers and entertainers that originate back to the 17th and 18th century in Japan. These geishas would dance and spin around the room, damaging the player on contact. The Shadow Orca also made this really neat concept art, and I just really liked the idea overall and how it could kind of implement traditional Japanese culture into the battle. So with that said, I took the concept art and just made a few tweaks and refinements to make the spin animation feel more fluid. And with all that art done, I got to setting up the actual boss in the room, and it would damage the player if they touched it. I then set up another unique feature for this boss that I've yet to mention. And this was that the boss could only be damaged from the back due to all of his armor, which would hopefully create for a unique boss fight. So you can see here that the boss will only take damage if shot from behind. But now we had the basics of the boss set up, so I got to implement attacks. For the first attack, I wanted to make an array of just smaller sword slices and sweeps for the boss to choose from, so I got to work and made this basic sword sweep attack. The boss just swings his katana either in front of him or behind him. If I'm being honest, this attack really isn't too powerful and that much of a threat towards the player, but I guess I can catch them off guard, and it looks really satisfying in my opinion. Moving on to the next mini katana attack,
I think it should be faster, but whatever.
For the lack of a better word.
Dang!
Projectiles just fly out in a circle, and the player has to either outrun the wave or weave through it. Then next up, we had what I call the katana lunge, for the lack of a better word, again. Essentially, the samurai just quickly dashes in one of 4 directions and swings his sword at the end. It's nothing crazy, but I definitely think this attack rounds out the boss, and it's set to give him a bit of movement. And for the final mini katana attack, I made this katana charge attack, which is admittedly quite similar to the previous one shown, except this time the samurai holds out his sword beforehand, slowly sweeping at the end. Now with that attack done, that was all the katana sword attacks. Each of them is kind of like their own mini attack under the main katana attack, so I plan to have the boss perform 3 to 4 of these attacks under the main attack. Anyways, with that done, I moved on to creating the samurai's next attack, being knife throws. Basically, the samurai would just throw a set of 5 knives towards the player, take a break, and
Dang, them
repeat.
things
I also tried to
fast.
add a bit of movement predictions to these knife throws, which kind of worked, I think. But I didn't want this attack to be super repetitive and boring, so I added another variation where the boss would throw these sets of 3 knives at once, which made for some kind of interesting gameplay because like this projectile attack, the player has to either outrun these knives or try to weave between them. Now, this was a great start, but I still wasn't completely satisfied with how the knives would just destroy instantly upon hitting a wall. So I coded a system where the knives would instead stick to the walls. Then, once the set of throws was completed, the knives would destroy, which just looked really satisfying in my opinion. So that right there is the knife throw attack for you. Moving on to the next attack, I started working on the geisha/warfan attack. I set up the warfan animation and coded the basic movement system for the geishas, where they would just move in a random diagonal direction every few seconds or so. Now in game, you can see that the boss raises the warfan, and shortly after, 4 geishas emerge from the corners of the room. These geishas will then move around randomly, damaging the player if they touch them. Now, this was a good start, but honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of this random movement system. Oftentimes, the geishas would stack on top of each other, and I just thought it looked really awkward. So, as an alternative, I created a system where half or 2 of the geishas would move towards the player's location, while the other 2 will continue to move randomly to add a bit of unpredictability. So now in game, I was much happier with this attack. And yeah, there you go, there were all the core attacks for the boss. But we still weren't done yet. I wanted to spice up the fight after the samurai took enough damage to make it not so repetitive. So remember that shuriken I made earlier? Well, I had plans for once the boss got to a low enough health or reached stage 2 of the fight, the boss would throw these shurikens between every attack, where they would stick to the ground, slowing down the player if stepped on. So I got to work on this after this. The samurai would throw these shurikens that would eventually turn into goop on the floor. Though I didn't actually have the slow effect set up here, so I just added that in and made them disappear after 15 seconds.
Enjoy your walk, Gara.
Finally, I set this logic up pretty simply in the code right here, and boom, there we go. But before making the next change for phase 2,
have fun, brother.
I realized that having the boss only be able to be damaged from the back was pretty annoying. So I added a hit collider to the front, which just made a lot more sense in the first place.
Almost done with the video, then we're back
to
to
the boss much more manageable. But don't worry, the boss still can be damaged from the armor on his sides. Anyways, back to phase 2, I also had the idea to make the walls of the boss room shrink in to give the player less space to navigate, and to make the fight more difficult overall. But before working on this, I realized that I needed to make the actual wall sprite for this boss beforehand. So I hopped into Sprite and spent the next 2 hours trying to craft a walls tile map. I tried to use the Japanese wall design as a reference, and ended up with this in game, which I think looks okay, but not amazing if I'm being honest. I then proceeded to spend forever trying to figure out how to make this wall shrink transition look good, and ended up with this, where the boss would slam their katana on the ground, the screen would shake, and the walls would just shrink slightly. And with that said, the boss fight was mostly done. I just spent the next few days finalizing things like getting the slime put to actually attack the boss, making bolts deflect from the samurai's armor, making this manual sword flip animation that looked sorta weird, but also better than previous solution, I guess. Anyways, that right there is the new samurai boss in the game. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, so let me know what you think in the comments. But yeah, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Good job, Bin Bonk. Good job. Reacts to Genshin. Is this new?
One of the biggest requests that we've gotten on the
It is new. Wow. Okay. Alright. Be back. I'm gonna go for a little longer. Ah! Make some progress. Sheesh. Okay. So we are working on the approach state. I need... Okay, so there are one-time variables in here. So bend down equals false. And bend down does not equal jump forward. And then I should be able to just do this. Jump forward. And jump forward equals true. Equals false. And then take all of that. Then we need to make an exit function or a leave function. I keep saying exit.
It's leave. Leave. So I need to put a comma here. Leave. Function. Tab. And then paste those there. Okay, action meter equals 0, blah, blah, blah. Selected. Approach. Global dot targets. Set first enemy. Does that need to happen only once? Where did I do that up here? Instance destroy battle menu. Set first enemy. This instance does not exist. Oh, okay. I see. This does need to be, that needs to be in the step of it, or the step function. Yep. Because if not, this is gonna break. And this is set target. Destroy the battle menu. Reset one-time variables. Jump forward. And we have another set of one-time variables. Actually, no. Jump forward is right there. Yeah. Jump forward equals true. Then you won't run any of that anymore. Action end equals true. Okay. And then I have enemy approach here, which is this is just moving towards the target. Okay. So we have begin, idle, action, enemy action, ready, approach, enemy approach. So now we have to go back to our scripts. Approach, enemy approach. We need to do attack next. So to do attack, I'm going to use enemy attack type. Use attack type unit name. Okay. I'm going to add dot add, and this is going to be excuse me. Let's just say, let's say attack. No. We'll do player attack for now. I'm gonna have to go back and I'm implementing the state machine itself right now, and I'm gonna have to go back and do like a lot of changes to these states themselves as like a separate task. Okay. Actually, in fact, I'm going to go into my Trello real quick. And I'm going to, so right now I have implement snow state. That's what I'm doing now. I'm going to add a card to improving systems design. I'm gonna do refine snow state. Refine state machine states. And that'll be a whole nother ballpark. Edit labels. Design improvement, programming, save. Okay. So now we'll go back to here. So we're dealing with player attack. So I need to do another enter function. And actually, I don't need an enter function for this even. This can just go straight into a step function. Actually it does kind of need. Fuck. I'll worry about it later. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. I have to go use the restroom. I'm gonna save. Alright, I'm back. I'm totally not door dashing food. Why would I be doing that? It's cloudy out. No, Gara, no, the sunshine. I'm sorry, man. It's okay though. You got us. We'll be your sunshine, Gara. How is that any better? That doesn't make any sense. This doesn't... What the fuck? No, yeah, that's wrong. This needs to... That needs to be there. There we go. I was about to say, something ain't right. Hold up. Wait a minute. So we're going to have player attack. So we're going to grab this. Use attack type unit name. Put that right there. And then I'm going to copy this exact same thing. Because the goal right now is I'm just going to get everything working on this system. And then I can... Because I'm refactoring the system. Then I can refactor the states. And because the system will be much more organized in one script, I can comment everything and make it like easier to edit. Player attack. This needs to be enemy attack. Attack. Choose attack enemy type, I think it was. No, it's choose enemy attack type. Unit name. I'll save. Okay. So we have our attacks. So now we're gonna go to state enemy attack state. Okay, so now I can change this to be battle.change enemy attack, and then put a colon there, and then change this battle dot change player attack. Yep, that should do it. In fact, I'm gonna even shorten it. E attack and P attack. I know what that means. Y type the whole thing. Save. Okay, so we have those states added. Next set, we already did begin. Death state. Actually, I'm gonna go back up. I'm gonna close all these windows because now it's getting like annoying to go all the way to the bottom and scroll back up. Close all but this. Death state. So we have a... Okay, so there's enemy death code and there's player death code. So I need to change this to be a player death state and a separate enemy death state. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, Control C, and then we come back up here. We're gonna add a new state, another state. We're gonna dot add. This is going to be the death state. So this is going to be the player death state. So I'm gonna do P death. I need to put that in quotes. P death, comma, curly. We are going to add a step. If necessary, clear active unit. Let's do an enter here. I probably need to zoom in. You guys probably can't see that very well. Let's do an enter here. And then we're gonna do a step. My run pissed me off so much, god damn it. Jesus. It was that bad? Good gracious. Brother, I got garbage the entire time. It'd be like that when you're playing a roguelike. Sorry to hear that. No healing items, weak perks, annoying ass mini bosses. Jesus. Girls get put through the ringer. Good gracious of life. I know the pain though from other games. This is the player death code. I don't need this anymore because I know for a fact it's going to be a player battle unit. Right? I would know that, right?
Oh yeah, if their HP goes to 0, they would go to the... Okay. Oh, there's gonna be so many spots that I'm going to have to change the shit in. I need to make just... Where does it check that? Because if your health equals 0, Control Shift F, state equals battle death state. Battle hit. Hit state is where it does that. Oh, okay. I'm not so worried about that then. Because wait. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting cooked. I'm just gonna take that now and move it over here for the sake of, what did I do? I don't even damn know. Oh, I got rid of it. Yep. I knew I did something. Animation is required from that show. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go right here. And I'm gonna add the hit state. Add hit. I'm gonna call it hurt from now on. I prefer that. I'm about to order this food. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Oh, camera. There we go. There we go. It refocused. Alright. So, we are doing a hurt state ta. We are going ta. Add. A step function. I'm glad I bought this mechanical keyboard because I gotta tell you, I'm sorry if it's like really loud for you guys. Tell me that, by the way. I can try and do some stuff for next stream, but I love the sound of this keyboard. I don't know. Maybe y'all like the sound of the keyboard. Maybe it's like keyboard ASMR or some shit. I'm gonna copy this.
And I'm gonna set this to be the enter function. Enter function. There we go. So we have our everything here, and if your health is equal to or less than 0, then you change states. So you need to go to based on if you're so this is setting your state back to previous. I think there's a function for this. Hold on. Documentation. 2 man stealing people's art and posting it without credit. Loser behavior. Who? The fuck is 2 man? Oh, no, that's crazy. Not the Skype, nigga. Boy, if you don't get... I'm sorry we didn't Skype tonight. But that's alright, head ass. Documentation. I need to find... I think there was one for previous... Get previous state. There is one. If get previous state equals idle. Okay, so I need you to change state to your previous state. I'm so glad that's built in. Oh my god, the convenience of this system is really nice. Because I thought for sure that was not just gonna be built in like that. Actually, I knew it was built in. I read this already. That's why I went to go get it. Duh. Battle dot change, and you need to change to death state. You need to change based on the object index. If object index equals obj player battle unit, then change. What the hell is your problem? What do you want? Why are you giving me a little error? There you go. Jeez, go away. battle dot state. No, battle dot change to the p def stage, which I set up here. Okay, and then I need to set one for enemy death. If you're not a player battle unit, so else. Battle change E-death, which I will make in just a second. Go back to death state, grab the code for enemies. I only need the code inside of here. Control X. I don't think I hit the right button. Control C, I mean. Let's see. So we go back up here. I want to make it right here. In fact, I want to put death. I'll move it in a second. I'll do this first. Dot add e death. So this needs to have a step function. Ooh, I can't wait till this is all set up.
I'm telling you, this shit is going to feel so good when it's done. Ugh!
It's just gonna be like, oh, I need to change states? I'm gonna change states to this very simple name. Oh my gosh, you did that. You need to go to the previous state? We got that. We saved it for you without you having to use your own variables. Function. Control V. Tab this over. Stop on current frame. Constantly flash. I misspelled flash there, that's funny. Constantly flash, hit flash equals true. Why is it not? Oh, this is death state. Flash equals true. Slowly turn your image alpha, fade you away. And then you destroy yourself when you're done. Okay. That doesn't really need to be an enter. There doesn't need to be an enter function for that. Hurt. Okay, so I'm gonna copy hurt. And then put it above the death states. Just because I feel like that makes more sense. I need to comment these, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in and add some comments. So this is the begin state. Do them in all caps, because why not? Idle state. Action state. Always will comment your code. Always, because one day you're gonna have to go back and look at something and you're gonna be like, I don't know what the heck is happening here. And then you're upset. Action states, because there's two. Wait, no. This is the player action state. And these are the enemy action state. Enemy action state. And then I'm gonna do a ready state. Check something. Just wait for order. Okay. Ready state. And then we have our approach state. Enemy approach state. Okay. And then we have our attacks. And then we have our hurt states. And then our death states. And I'm probably gonna organize this more with some like regions and stuff. But I'll worry about that later. Right now I just want to try and get them all added in. So we did death, we're done with that. We can close this. We can close this. And the good thing about everything we're doing is it just like it doesn't, none of this is going to affect the game for now. Oh, damn it, I forgot. Thingamabobber somewhere. Comma. Is there any more? There we go. So none of this is going to affect our current state system. Everything still works. Oh yeah, Knack, I don't know if you're watching, but I don't know if you're here when I showed everyone else, but the rhythm game works. It still needs tweaking though. I don't think it's 100% accurate, but it works. Did I say Gara or Knack? I was trying to show Knack the rhythm game mechanic. I think I said you by accident. Ahaha. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Yeah, I think she's Hadesing. It's no problem. It's not that big a deal. It's just funny when you fight low-level enemies because you don't get to do a lot, you just get a D. We're almost to a level up. Come on. There we go. We leveled up. Now we're level 2. Would you look at that? Alright. You stop playing my own game. Ugh. So we did our death states. So now we need to do defend. And defend is a very extensive script. So I'm going to take this. If DS list, yep. Else you do all this, and then you return to your previous state. Going to copy this. Tab.add. And this is going to probably take a while to do all of these scripts. Dog, hurry up. Let's go! I ordered a commission from an artist I like a while ago. And he's gonna work on my commission now. It's finally my turn. Defend. So this is a player exclusive state. But I am going to hop in our step function. And make sure I close this with brackets. And then copy all of this ridiculous code. Tab. Make sure that's right. I don't think that is tabbed right. It isn't. Shift. Tab. There we go. Okay, a lot going on in this script, and I didn't comment much of it, but I know what happens in here because I did this recently, so. Okay, so right now, you are going to... Okay, so if there are two party members, versus if there's one party member, if there's one party member. Create the prompt but only once. So that means I need a begin or a enter function. And then put a comma after. Give me one moment. I will be back, friends. My food is here. I have acquired sustenance. You know what that means. YouTube video time. Actually, let me go ahead and add this. Let me add this enter function while it's on my mind. I have an enter function. I need to have prompt. Yeah, see, it's him. It's Charles. Prompt 1. I should do streams where I work on music. That would be fun. I'm already streaming programming, and I'm not that good at that either, so. Prompt equals false. Create the prompt. Unit ID, unit add all the information. Make prompt equals true. I don't need this code anymore, because prompt is now true. That means I'm going to need an exit case. Why did my doorbell ring? Hold on, I'll be right back. Is that old? I think that's old. Let me check my camera. Music would be neat. Yeah. I'm probably going to do music streams at some point. I have a couple of song ideas in my voice notes probably. I could come up with some new things. Or I could just work on the one that I've been working on for like a grip. Because I've gotten into like a kind of programming mood again. Because I wasn't for like a while. So I've been programming a little bit more. But I miss making the music. That stuff is fun. Well, I might as well use it here because change nm1 equals false. And change nm to true. I don't need this anymore. Because once it's true, it's never going to run that again. Why does it smell like carrots? Ugh, the worst thing about getting food in a plastic bag is the bag is always wet if the food's hot. Like every time. It's insufferable. Why does this smell like carrots? It's a Philly cheesesteak. You get 1/4 a class of steamed juice. Yeah, actually. Like, geez, calm down. Get it away from me. I should have got mayo. It'd be what it be. Alright. Well. We got the change item 1. Logically, I think that makes sense that that does that right. So then when the animation ends, set those to false early. Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because what I want to do is this. Because I want you to be able to block multiple times if you have the time for it. So of course that does need to be changed there. Object defended equals false. Change sprites to idle state. Stats object dot defended equals. Why is that there? Do I need that there? Did I delete something I wasn't supposed to? Because that should, I feel like that should be everywhere. Oh, no. That's not specific. Right? Block on input. If you're party member 2. And if you're party member 1. Asset change index. No, yeah. This isn't. I don't think this is supposed to be part of this. Yeah, it isn't. This is supposed to be outside of the scope of this. Why is this here? Why does this work? If that's the case. Bro, what the hell? Man, whatever. You know what? You got it. You got it, Game Maker. I'm about to eat this food. In fact, it's 1:42. We did good today. We mostly just added some states into here. And I'm probably going to get the state machine working off stream. And by next stream, it should be pretty efficient. And then we can work on improving something else. So, why did I start the game? So I think I'm going to end stream here. I'm going to eat up some food. I'm going to watch some Charles Cornell. And I'm going to get back with y'all. This is going to be a very tedious part of game development, but it's a necessary part of game development. I'm still going to have fun. Thanks, Gara. Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate you, bro. My man's Gara always here, bro, if he can be, bro. Knack too. They be chatting with me, bro. Yeah, it'll be worth it in the end. I'm so gung-ho on it because I know that this is going to be just so much more robust because I can use this system for status effects, for normal attacks and stuff, for overworld things, like anything. And I didn't have to program this system at all. I downloaded this library because some people in the Game Maker Discord made it and made it free, made it a free library so that people don't have to build state machines and lose their mind. But you can build a custom state machine, or you can edit their state machine if you have the know-how to fiddle with that enough. Because it's pretty well commented. Excuse me. But anyway, I appreciate all of you for coming. I really do be having fun making these streams. I appreciate that people actually want to watch me make this game. One day it's going to be more presentable, and I'll be able to make like a vertical slice demo, and then people can really see like what my vision is for it. Because right now it's really early. For me to have been working on this for 3 years, it's like there's not that much progress visually. Like, I'm not like a super good pixel artist or anything, so I haven't done any final anime art.
Animation has been. I feel like I'm getting like really good at animation. But yeah, I have a lot of work to do. But it's gonna be fun. I enjoy this process. This game's gonna be cooking. I have a lot of faith in my idea because this game, I'm not just making this game because I want to entertain the players, of course. Everything will go through a filter of entertaining the players. But I also specifically just want to make a game that I want to play. And I think if I want to play it, then I think a lot more people want to play it. So I'm confident. But anyway, y'all be good out here. Y'all drink water, stay hydrated. And I'll hit y'all another time. I might stream sometime in the middle of the week. Because I'm going to be working on this surely all next week. Okay, bye.